everybody, and welcome to Action RPG, Gym Clothes Edition. I'm your host Aaron, and today we're headed back to Magic Legends again with some new extended footage that's been released of the Geomancer and actually shows some of the quests and my utter disappointment in it. But before we get into that, if you're new here, welcome. Here at Action RPG, I do tech reviews, I stream, I cover major gaming news, but the big portion of this channel is all things Action RPG. So if you grew up on the Diablo series, if you love top-down isometric hack and slash style games, you are in the right place. So please consider subscribing and supporting smaller channels. Alright, let's get on to the news. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go. Okay, so let's get right into this. 2 days ago, I actually had a video on Magic Legends. Game Informer released a 50-second gameplay clip that kind of circled around the internet that actually showed the first time what it looks like playing this game. Well, since then, we now have a 9-minute clip from Game Informers showing an actual quest inside the game and the Geomancer's skills. Now what I'm going to do is actually let you guys watch this for just a few minutes, okay? And then I'm going to pop back into the video because I want to see if you have the same opinion that I do. Obviously this is pre-alpha footage, and of course I'm going to render it in 4K, so you're going to be looking at it at the best possible quality. I will be back in a minute. Enjoy. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. When it comes to new action RPGs, I think of the big four, and technically you can't play any of these four right now in the West. Path of Exile 2, that has released a gameplay trailer. Diablo 4, that at BlizzCon 2019 you could play the game demo. You have Lost Ark, which has already been out for a year, just not in the West yet. And then you have Project TL. When you think of the graphics of those, if you look at just the image quality and the rendering of those four games compared to this, how would you rate it? I mean, literally, if those four were a 10, this would be a 0. If you looked at Diablo Immortal, that's what this reminds me of. Look at the level of detail. Now I know that this is pre-alpha footage, and I'm sure they're going to do a lot of detailing and maybe re-render some stuff, but when you see a lot of games in pre-alpha, you don't see a huge difference as far as visuals once the game is actually done. This game looks like a mobile game. Obviously, too, when you look at the action bar, you have 4 different skills, and they have, you know, Y, X, B, A on them. This game is coming out on console as well as PC. So normally when that happens, it is normally the graphics of a console you are going to get. So, visual-wise, right off the bat, I mean, this looks horrible. Especially for a 2020 game that will probably still take a year to come out. So that's my first problem with the game. Problem number 2 I have with the game. And this is how Perfect World initially launched this game. I feel lied to a little bit. Now let me explain. I love action RPGs. That's the name of this channel, and this is what we mainly cover. That's why I'm talking so much about this game. But this game isn't labeled as an action RPG. If you watch the cinematic trailer, huge details, it looked amazing. Nothing top-down, just a standard cinematic trailer. This game is actually labeled as an action MMO. Now, if you don't know what MMO stands for, it stands for Massively Multiplayer Online. And when you watch this gameplay in your head, do you think massively multiplayer? Most action RPGs are lobby-based, and you can party up with 4 people. And it's open world. It doesn't necessarily always have to be open world, but I mean here obviously you can tell that the character goes in the direction they're supposed to. This is not an action MMO. This is an action RPG. And everybody that has been waiting for this game literally had no idea that this wasn't an MMO until this gameplay came out. So I mean, I guess good for me since I cover action RPGs, but there is a lot of people that are upset about this. And if you actually look at these videos that have been circling around, they are getting ratioed hard. Not because of the creators that are putting out the videos, but it's because of the dev team and Perfect World lying to the community. Not good. Problem number 3. And I guess I kind of touched on this a little bit in problem number 1. You only have 4 skills you can use. Now these are 4 skills that use mana. You will have a basic attack to build your mana, and you'll have a movement skill, but when it comes to endgame, who uses their basic skill? Nobody. So when I think of action RPGs, I think of all the different skills that you could tie together, at least when I think of Path of Exile. Even Diablo, there's multiple things that you can put together in the skill bar. So here you're going to have 4, I mean, it looks like limited to 4 skills at a time. And just to note that when you're watching this gameplay, what they're picking up on the ground are not items. So this being from Magic the Gathering, they're actually picking up cards. So in this game, you collect cards, and the more cards you get, they level up, and then you can use those cards for stronger skills, and you can build a deck, which that is your 4 cards. Now that's actually one thing that I do like about the game, that they're using cards and sticking kind of traditional to where the game came from. So we'll see how that plays out. But ultimately, 4 skills, a basic attack, and a movement, that isn't going to lead to much diversity in your build, especially in endgame. So we're just going to have to see how that plays out. But it's still weak. Okay, so in summary, I feel like Perfect World lied to me about what this game is, and they haven't even got into the monetization system yet, but I'm sure I'll be disappointed in that as well. Visuals look atrocious, especially compared to the games that are coming out in the action RPG universe. And when you look at the skill bar and what you can use, 4 is not enough. And of course they're probably going for because this game is going to be on console. And that's really all I got for this video. What I'm going to do is actually let this finish up. It's about another minute more of gameplay, just so you can see everything that's out right now. I am so curious. Please let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with me. Maybe you think the graphics look amazing, maybe the gameplay style is perfect, maybe I'm totally wrong about Perfect World. All that is totally possible, so please let me know in the comment section below. I truly appreciate everybody watching, and have a good one. Aaron, out.